Here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. All right. Now we ready. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's the daily. You think it ain't when it is. You think it won't when it wins. We are here, finally back on Saturday morning. Gave myself a stretch. I'm on it yawning. And it's going to be all right. You think that it won't be all right, but you're wrong now. And it's going down on the Daily Go Get a Business show. And I'm so happy to be back here after we haven't been on the air for a few weekends now. But we back and we full and live and full and total effect. And we going to do it. Niggas want to be down when we flow like fluid. T. Carey Wright is all up in the house. How you feeling, ma? How you doing? How you doing now? It's a boy, Build and Destroy. Bow. Yeah, she's ready to turn it out. And Emily Dunlap is in the house. Bow. Yeah, she's ready to turn it out. So let's get it popping. This morning, we're going to talk a little bit about self-esteem. And not just about self-esteem, but we're actually going to talk about what it takes to tear down something that you have built up over a long, extended period of time. From my point of view, it should take you a long time to tear down something that you have built up over a long period of time. It's not making a whole lot of sense to me that you could tear down something in an instant that it took you a long time to build up. Now, normally when you get things in a fast way, like you can expect that you won't have it long. You didn't work for it. You didn't do anything for it. You are overnight success. And the things that you have worked long and hard in order to get, you weren't an overnight success, even though that people may think that you were an overnight success. It took a lot of nights. It took a lot of nights over and over again. So that's what we're talking about. Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita, is in the house. How you feeling, ma? How you doing? I'm glad to see me some you, and I always do. So that's how it's going down on the Daily Go Get a Business show this morning, y'all. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that we here to share, and we will do that now. So let's get it popping, man, on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, baby. Let's get it popping with the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Yes, all the way live. We talk about your self-esteem, man. We talking about your self-esteem, man, and we doing it like this. Yeah. Anything that it took you a while to build up, it should take a while to tear that down. But is it always like that when it comes to your feelings? No, not exactly. So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily, the Daily Go Get a Business show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752. AKA Omar with the rrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrr, whether you just say Omar with the R, it's going down on the Daily Go Get a Business show right about now. I said right about now. How y'all doing this morning? It's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've actually been able to do a show on a Saturday morning. But I'm glad that we're here to be able to do it, make it happen. And this morning we're going to get into our feelings a little bit. We're going to get into our sense of self a little bit. We're going to get into our self-esteem issues, feelings, thoughts, and all things associated with that. Because when you think about your self-esteem, I think that's once again one of those words that we throw around like we really know how to use the word, and we think we understand what the concept of the word is because it's not a hard thing to understand. Self-esteem is equivalent to self-respect. But what are we talking about when we talk about self-respect? Well, we know what we mean when we say self. We're talking about you, me, and whoever is a person or a thing, the individual. Now, when it comes to the word esteem, that's when we have to start breaking things down a little bit more, because esteem and respect go together. However, they're not exactly the same thing. and they're not understood exactly the same way. You know, self-esteem, your feeling of self, your gratitude, your appreciation of self. That's not necessarily what respect is, but it goes along those lines. Nobody's going to be mad at you for implying that esteem and respect mean the same thing. So right out the box, let's go the Google route and see what we can uncover as far as what esteem and respect mean. Are esteem and respect the same thing? Okay. When used as nouns, esteem means favorable guard. And interestingly enough, they spelled favorable in the English way. They spelled it Favourable. In the American English way, there wouldn't have been a U in the word. So already you start to see some differences in the vernacular, difference in the terminology. But anyway, when used as nouns, esteem means favorable regard, whereas respect means an attitude of consideration or high regard. So as you see, they have a lot of the same properties, but they're not the exact same thing. They're not the exact same thing. So we have to pay attention to that and basically lend respect to that concept. They're not exactly the same thing. I'll read it to you again. When used as nouns, esteem means favorable regard, whereas respect means an attitude of consideration or high regard. So when you take that into consideration of yourself, when you have self-esteem, that means you have favorable regard. It means you like yourself. You appreciate yourself. You see the decency, the good. You see the benefits of yourself. And it makes you act in a certain type of way. It gives you confidence. When you have self-respect, like it says, an attitude of consideration. In other words, so you expect others to treat you in a certain type of way to show that you are important. You are a person who carries yourself with an air of importance. It's not that hard to see the difference and the similarities between the two. But this is what the Guan do. This is what the Guan do. Self-esteem versus self-respect in psychology today. Let's see. That's in psychology today, and y'all know what I'm going to do. As soon as we get a chance, I'm going to paste this into the comments. To esteem anything is to evaluate it positively and hold it in high regard. But evaluation gets us into trouble because while we sometimes win, we also sometimes lose. To respect something, on the other hand, is to accept it. Interesting. Very, very interesting. It said to respect something is to accept it. It almost makes me want to ask, what does it mean to accept something? Accept it as in embracing it, or accept it, or as in acknowledging that it has its place, and that you're not going to tamper with it, or fail to acknowledge that it's there and that it has a place. I don't know. I'm interested to know what y'all think. So first, let me put the number in the comments, just in case your self-esteem or your self-respect makes you want to pick up the telephone. And say, hey yo, I want to talk about self-esteem. My man be tearing down my self-esteem, and I don't like it. I don't like it. My boss be trying to tear down my self-esteem, and I don't like it. I don't like it. The world be trying to tear down my self-esteem, and I don't like it. I don't like it. White people trying to tear down my self-esteem. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like being treated like second best, and I don't like it. I don't feel like I'm passing this. And I don't like it. I don't like it. So, I don't know. I don't know, son. I don't know, son. Charlene Curry, Charlene Curry. What's going on, Charlene? How you feeling, Charlene? How you feeling, Ma? It's good to see me, some you, and you know that is true. You know how we do. Ooh. All right. So as we proceed to give you what you need, I enjoy singing. I mean, I enjoy singing and do so quite frequently. As those within earshot will attest, I'm not very good, but I do love to sing anyway. During summer parties, I frequently sing solo and play the part of the moving ball, trying to just stay ahead of the music to provide the words for those who don't know the song. I'm not saddened by my lack of talent. I accept the way I sing. Because of this acceptance, I'm able to sing without being evaluative of myself or concerned with what others think. The word acceptance suggests to some readers that our culture does not indeed deal with this idea of self-respect. After all, don't we have the concept that it is important to accept our limitations? Aren't many of us encouraged to change the things we can change, accept the things that we cannot change, and know the difference between the two? I believe I could learn to sing better. So my acceptance is not based on my limitations, nor is it based on resignation, since I am not resigned to the belief that I cannot sing well, and I'm not committed to any particular belief about my voice in the future. I'm kind of digging this. The person with self-respect simply likes her or himself. The self-respect is not contingent on success because there are always failures to contend with. Neither is it a result of comparing ourselves with others because there is always someone better. These are tactics usually employed to increase self-esteem. Self-respect, however, is a given. We simply like ourselves or we don't. Self-respect, we like ourselves because of who we are and not because of what we can or cannot do. That's interesting because on the other post that I read, it implied that self-esteem was more like liking yourself, where self-respect was more like, it sounded more like other people, respecting your place or accepting your place, your position, your relevance. So, all right, so you can see how this can get a little dicey because of interpretation, because it could be that I'm just interpreting this in the way that I see it. Me, but there it is. I put the meaning in I put that article in the comments, and let me do it over here on the Blog Talk side too. Put it over here. Let me put it over here. There you go. There you go. So if anybody comes through on Blog Talk, you will see that thing, and YouTube will do. So let's go. Let's go, y'all. All right. So the title of the show this morning on the Daily Go Getimism show is Self-Esteem. It took you years to build up self-esteem only to be taken down in seconds. I've heard people say this. They worked on themselves for years and years and years. They worked on themselves for years and years and years. And then they got into a relationship or a situation with certain people who didn't seem to appreciate them, didn't seem to respect them, and did them dirty. And all of those years, all of that therapy, all of those sessions, all of the trying, all of the efforts, all of the things that you've done in order to get to the place where you were emotionally were just stripped of you and taken away from you in one fell swoop. One fell swoop, baby. One fell swoop. Can it happen? Like when you think about the people who have won the lottery, and you hear about those same people who won the lottery spending all their money or losing all their money or being broke within a very short time, a year, 2 years, 5 years, whatever. And they are dead broke right back where they started after starting out with all of this money. And people like you, people like me, we wonder, how the hell could that happen? Well, I can see how it could easily happen. when you get something that you have not worked for, when you get something on a whim, or when somebody just gives you something, then you you know how they say you can't miss what you never had. Well, you didn't build yourself up to become wealthy. You didn't build yourself up to become rich. You didn't take the steps. You didn't pay your dues. You didn't do the things. You didn't sacrifice yourself and your time and your activities in order to put one foot in front of the other, to lay down the bricks, put on the mortar, put another brick on, put on the mortar, put another brick down, put on the mortar, put another brick down, put on the mortar. You didn't build that thing. So you didn't strengthen it. You didn't get the fundamentals. You didn't train yourself in order to be patient and wait to get what you were dreaming about and working for, striving for, and sacrificing for. That's not what you did. That's not how you became successful. You got successful by playing a number, and you got lucky and hit. So you never had this much money before. So you're thinking that this should be enough money to last me for the rest of my days. And you start giving a lot of money away. You start spending a lot of money. And you figure, well, with this kind of money, I ain't got to worry about it because, I got the money and there's plenty of it. It's more than I ever had. You may even rationalize to yourself that you're not going to spend like you have a lot of money. Like, I'm going to still spend like I only have a little bit of money. But you realize, like, nah, shit. That was when I was struggling. That's when I didn't have this. What's the use in having all of this money and all of this access when I'm not going to utilize any of it? So you start spending and you start buying and you start giving away. And you start having, and then after a while, you believe that you in your mind, you may make yourself believe that somewhere along the line, you did work for this money. Well, I played the lottery for a long time and I waited. I hit a little here, hit a little there, but I finally found the formula and my number came out. God blessed me with this money. He wanted me to have this money, and that's why I got it. He wanted me to have this money, and I got it. Let's talk about God. God bless me with the money, so I got. God bless me with the money, so I got. God bless me with the money, so I got. You ain't got it, I got it. You ain't got it, I got it. God bless me with the money, so no, I got it. God bless me with the money, and so I got it. God bless me with the money, and so I got it. I got it. You ain't 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 got it. I 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 got it. You ain't got it because God bless me. Angela Linus Jackson is in the house right now, y'all. That's my word. I said Angela Linus Jackson is in the house. That's the word, y'all. She's here, y'all. Good to see you, Ma. Let's go. This is not even just a lottery situation, but the reason that I use the lottery as an example is because we've heard stories, we've seen documentaries of people who won the lottery and then they was dead broke in a matter of years, and we're wondering, like, how could that happen? It happened because they didn't build that. They got it fast and they lost it fast. No different than when we watched drug dealers back in the 80s making that fast money with the crack, that fast money, with the crack, that fast money, with the crack. They was getting so much money so fast they know how to act. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Going out buying Benzes, Audis, Jeeps, Oldsmobile 98s, Cadillacs, Lincolns, and all of that. They was living fat. They was living large, getting this money. They came from nothing. Project niggas, broke ass niggas, poor ass niggas, struggling ass niggas. And now they getting this money hand over fist. And in their mind, they feel like because they struggled, because they grew up with nothing, because they came out of poverty, that they deserve to have this money. And they are working for it. People think that hustling and drug dealing is easy money out of poverty, that they deserve to have this money. And they are working for it. People think that hustling and drug dealing is easy money. I'm like, so you think hustling is easy? Well, when was the last time you got up out of your house and worked damn near 24 hours a day selling hand to hand in order to make this money? Show me a product that you sacrifice your freedom for, sacrifice your health for, sacrifice the safety of your family and yourself for. Show me where you did that. Show me where you went out there, you copped the, you went out there, you copped the crack. I mean, you copped the coke, you cooked up the coke, you bagged up the coke and sold the coke. That's a process. That's work. And you did it enough to have other people believe in you to do it for you. And you paid them. And all the while, you're making this money. Yeah, it's selling. It's selling like hotcakes because you have a hot product. It's hot. It's hot. Just like any other thing that's popular at that time. But other things that people like, let's say you sold Avon or Tupperware or Wicker or what was a lot of those things that people did demonstrations for. Remember that art that people was what was it? Something expressions. At the late 90s, early 2000s, everybody was having these demonstrations selling art, black art, regular art. You can see some of those. You can see. Well, I didn't get that from one. If you look all the way back in my background, I have art from piece to my man Crump that used to have a art gallery. He had an art gallery up there in Germantown, just before you get to Mount Airy, on Germantown Avenue and Johnson Street. But anyway, they were doing demonstrations, mid-level marketing, that kind of shit. It's the same thing, same concept. You have to sell yourself. And drug dealers do sell themselves, and they sacrifice themselves, and they work long ass hours. We see the jewelry, the cars, the women, the money, and all of that, and we think that they got it easy. But they may not have gotten the money easy, but they got the money fast. It was selling. And then they got sloppy. They got sloppy to the point where they got caught selling the shit. So as fast as some of them got it, they may have only had maybe a 1 or 2, 3 year run. A lot of people from Philly remember the JBM, Junior Black Mafia. The Junior Black Mafia. And people talk about their legendary status. The movie State Property was modeled after the JBM, Junior Black Mafia in Philadelphia. And they was getting money. But guess how long they was getting money? About this many years. And in that many years, they was, getting it. Millionaire status. Off the crack. A lot of violence associated with that shit, but everybody was eating crazy. And then it was over in one fell swoop. Now, some people may think that 3 years is a decent amount of time to build up an empire. An empire in 3 years? What empire are you talking about? In showbiz, that's overnight success. They had all them cats on the front page of the Daily News in 1989. I'll never forget it. We was like, Aaron Jones and them. Bottom line is, they made fast money, even though they worked hard, but they made fast money. And then in one fell swoop, it was gone. Now think about your self-esteem. There aren't too many people that can say that in a 3-year run, they came from zero self-esteem to feeling like, yo, I'm the shit. I'm great. I'm confident. I'm love. I'm best. Listen, you know what I mean? I'm living my best life. There aren't too many people that can say that they did that in 3 years. But whether it took you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years to finally find yourself and get into a good space to whereas you weren't sensitive so sensitive to the way that other people felt about you that you just would easily derailed from any good feelings as soon as somebody told you anything bad about yourself, you know? So that's something to take into consideration, y'all. That's something to take into consideration, you know? But have you ever experienced it? Have you ever been into a relationship where you worked for years to build up your self-esteem and you fell in love with somebody that didn't respect you, maybe even emotionally or physically abused you, and you felt like all of the self-esteem that you built up during that time that you built it up was all taken away from you in one fell swoop? Now, it kind of depends on what you consider a fell swoop to be. It kind of depends on what you consider a fell swoop to be, because like, are we talking about one incident, or are we talking about something that happened from the beginning of your relationship until, like, do you feel like they started chipping away at it? They started chipping away at it as y'all went on, and even though you were in love, you were also in trouble. So kind of have to think about that. Thanks for sharing the show, y'all. Thanks for liking the show. Yeah, please like the push the like button, and please share the show. You know, we still growing, we still trying, we still looking for the formula, we still searching in the dark, like, where are the people? But it's okay. It's all right. We're gonna still keep working. We're gonna still keep building. We're gonna still keep hopping. All right. But yeah. So let me see what y'all talking about. Oh, and please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe. T. Carey Wright says, as far as lottery winners, their self-esteem gets a temporary boost from their ability to flex. Then it's knocked down as soon as the money and friends are gone. I agree. Thanks y'all for helping out, telling people to subscribe, telling people to like and share. I appreciate it. T. Carey Wright says, we knew about them in New York City too. Yeah. You know, there were connections being made. It was crazy. But like I said, it was a short run. It was short. JBM was short. I don't think it was a JBM in 1985. Maybe there was, but we know this. In the fall of 1989, all of the head honchos, all of the major players, the major figures, right there on the picture of the Daily News, like they was the only ones in Philly selling drugs. Not even close. Not even close, but they was getting that money. They were guap filled. All right. Carol Chamberlain says, I saw a video of one of them who stated they were living modestly and were not showboats. From what I saw, this wasn't true. Listen, I think a lot of them convinced themselves that they were flying under the radar. I'm like, with a Benz? Like, well, yeah. With a Benz. Charlene Curry says, I wouldn't change, but with mucho money, I would have to change. Yeah, of course there would be things that would change. But when you think about the fundamentals, when you think about the foundation that has been laid before you ever are blessed with a windfall, a bunch of money you just got. Shit, we be having people around here flossing all crazy because Big Mama died and she left us a house and $50,000 that she used to keep under her bed, y'all. Under her bed, y'all. You know what I'm talking about. And you heard what I said, your bed, y'all. Your Big Mama's gone. That feels better. I mean, it feels bad like soul food, y'all. But she left us $50,000 in cash. She left us $50,000 in cash. She left us $50 out in cash. And that's not even saying what the insurance money was for that ass Big mama, rest in peace. Yo, I said, a big mama, rest in peace. But she left us 50K. We always knew Big Mama had the money more than she had in her bra. Yo, she had money. She was like a star. She used to give out the popsicles and the ice cream. She was the nicest old lady that you ever seen. Everybody around the block loved her. They knew she had a couple of dollars. And don't forget about Granddaddy. Left us some land down south, y'all. I can't forget about Granddaddy. Left us some land down south, y'all. Oh, yeah. I can't forget about Granddaddy. Left us some. You forget about Granddaddy. Left us some. I can't forget about Granddaddy. Left us some land down south, y'all. We gonna sell it. We gonna sell it. We gonna sit on it. Sell it. Who wanna go down south? You know what I'm talking about. So we be flossing over something that might be only worth $100,000. And we be like, oh. First thing we do, go out and buy a car. Second thing we do, go and buy a house. We'll get a luxury apartment. You already down 70 grand. I know, but we got 30 cash left. I'm invested. Invested in what? You just went shopping and spent 10 grand on clothes. I'm saying I needed that. But we still got I got 20,000 cash, plus we still got the house. And we got the land down south. We good. Oh, you need to borrow 5,000. I got you. Come on, man. Oh my goodness. Natalie Tadlock. Yo, Natalie. What's going on, man? How you feeling? Yeah, I mean, people coming through that I ain't seen. And y'all said, that's what I'm talking about. All the way back to the 1989. Natalie, what's going on, man? Good to see me some you. That's my word. And my girl, and my girl. I said, and my girl, Stacy White, Stace, holding it down for the D all day, every day, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Good to see y'all. Yeah. But yeah. So, like I said, the JBM only had a short run. For the ones who got killed, it wasn't such a short run. You know, in the drug game, anywhere from 1 to 5 years could make you an OG. But going back to your self-esteem, if you've ever been involved with somebody, who tore down your self-esteem after you have went through months, weeks, months, years of therapy, counseling, group therapy, soul searching, finding yourself, antidepressant drugs, all of that, you know, suicide watch, all of that shit. You finally laid a foundation or relayed a foundation for yourself of self-esteem, self-respect, self-gratitude, self-love, only to get with somebody who chipped away at it. Tink, 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 tink. So, can it happen though? Because the question that I have is, if somebody can tear down your self-esteem in a matter of days, weeks, months, or with a single event, my man cheated on me. He took away all my self-esteem. Like, because he cheated, it tore down your self-esteem. Yes. And it took me years to build up my self-esteem. And he cheated on me. And not only did he cheat on me, but he had a baby outside of our relationship, outside of our marriage, our relationship. I can't believe he did it to me. It fucked me up. I'm back in therapy. I can't believe that he did that shit to me. Yeah, it fucked me up. I'm back in therapy. I can't believe that he did that shit to me. Yo, it fucked me up. I'm back in therapy. I can't believe that he did that shit to me. It fucked me up. Back in therapy. Can it happen? I question whether your self-esteem was really real or maybe it had a weak foundation, and people kept facilitating your sense of self, or your sense of self-esteem, your sense of self-respect, your sense of self-love. It could, how real could it be is my question. If somebody can, if you build, listen, take the example of the three little, the wolf and the three little pigs. The three little pigs, you know, it was easy to blow down a house full of straw. The wolf, he was huffing and puffing and blowing houses there. You out of here, house built of straw. Take your old island hut ass, straw house. Get out of here. You're done. Then the house full of that was made full of sticks or wood or whatever. Yo, you out of here. You out of there. I huffed and puffed and blew your house made of sticks down. Ha ha. You should have next time come through with a log cabin. It might make it a lot harder. You need a log cabin, son. Get out of here, Abraham Lincoln. Beat it. Get out of here. But the house full that was made of bricks, he couldn't huff, he couldn't puff, he couldn't blow it down because it was strong. The foundation was strong. The perimeter was strong. The materials were strong. You wasn't huffing and puffing and blowing nothing down. You wasn't huffing and puffing and blowing nothing down. You wasn't huffing and puffing and blowing nothing down. You can huff and bluff all you want. You ain't doing it now. T. Carey Wright says, wait. That doesn't mean that the foundation was weak. Oh, maybe not, but it's going to make me question. But let me see what else. Let me see what else y'all said. Emily prefers the table beat, has more flavor. It depends. I kind of like the drums. The drums is all right. I just don't like the fact that I got to pick them up. I need drums made right here on the table. Okay. Natalie. Okay. T. Carey Wright says, I've been in that situation in a romantic relationship. It definitely chipped away at my self-esteem, and I wasn't used to having a lower self-esteem. Luckily, I was not robbed of it all and woke up. Okay. Well, is it possible that it never went away? If the foundation was strong. I've seen self-esteem seems to me to be one of those words that one of those concepts that everybody knows that they need to equip themselves with. But I think that a lot of people are falsely claiming to have it. I got high self-esteem. And a lot of people, take events that happen to people who claim to have high self-esteem and say, well, no, because if you had high self-esteem, you wouldn't do this. If you had high self-esteem, you wouldn't do that. But how can you say that you have high self-esteem, yet you messing around with a dude who cheats on you? How can you say you have high self-esteem if you if you if you are on drugs? How about this one? People seem to think that you have to have high confidence and high self-esteem if you are a stripper, because they say I wouldn't be able to take off my clothes and do that in front of people, not with the body I got. My self-esteem ain't high enough for that. So I'm thinking, like, so you think that because someone is a stripper, they have high self-esteem? To me, that's like saying that because I sell drugs, I'm brave. Not that I don't think that it requires a certain amount of bravery, but I don't think people understand what they are saying. I don't think they get it. I really don't. I don't think that they get it even a little bit. Even a little bit. I don't think they get it. They don't get it. You know, that has nothing to do with your self-esteem. If you are, in my opinion, if you dance on a pole, you sell your body for money, your self-esteem is low. You'd be hard pressed to show me a drug addict that has any self-esteem, any self-respect. You don't even have enough self-esteem to be able to deal with sobriety and the challenges that come along with sobriety. And as all y'all sober ass niggas know, it sobriety comes with a lot of with a lot of challenges. Having to actually deal with the challenges and the reality of life. So a lot of people be like, "Oh man, come on, man." I've heard people, and maybe you've heard people say it too. Like, yo, reality gets on my nerves sometimes. So I need I need an escape from reality every now and then or often. I've heard people say it. Have you heard people say it? Have you said it yourself? While you puffing the weed, while you're drinking the brew? Like, I just need to unwind. I need to unwind. I need to just loosen up a little bit. Hmm? Hmm? Are we there? Are we there with it? Took years to build up your self-esteem to be torn down in seconds. I don't know. I read sometimes about successful people and I see what they've done. And none of those successful people, financially successful, whatever, none of those people talk about it, their journey being easy or not being filled with all kinds of feelings that they weren't going to be able to make it, or feelings of self-doubt, feelings that they didn't have the right formula or good ideas, you know what I mean? Things like that. They've all reported feeling that way. They all reported that they got lucky around at certain times along the way, but they had to be patient. They had to wait. They had to, their ability to be sure of themselves was tested constantly. It was tested, 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 tested. Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, testing, 1, 2. Charlene says my self-esteem is too high to strip. I can understand that. Thank you. And I'm glad. Because I look, if I can't respect a stripper, how can I expect a stripper to respect themselves? And I'm not one of them dudes who gonna say like just because somebody makes my dick hard, that whatever they're doing is good. Like no, no. You're degrading yourself night in and night out for money. Don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. Please like the show. Don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, please. Please. Thank you. I'd appreciate it. And if y'all want to call into the show, don't hesitate to do so. And the number to call is 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, 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 yo. I said a 319-527-6199. Yo, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yo, get your shine, baby. Carol Chamberlain says, Charlene, mine too. So, Carol, you say that like maybe back in the day, I might have considered it a few times, you know what I mean? But I was never broke enough. They lucky my job kept paying because I was on my way to the pole. Although in the real strip club, there are no poles. Nobody care about that shit. That was for the bougie strip clubs. In the real hood, the real raw strip clubs, they butt ass naked. None of that thong shit. None of that nipple covers. Nah, butt ass naked. That's how I go. Emily says, Charlene, mine too. I don't need money that bad. Charlene said, not saying I have the body to strip. Like every stripper has a nice body. I done seen some shit like, yo, I don't know, maybe your self-esteem, either your self-esteem is higher than I think, or you just believe in yourself like like the greatest American hero. Believe it or not, now I'm walking on air. I never thought I would feel so free. Flying around on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's Nene. Nene taking off clothes. Nene ain't got no fat ass. Nene on drugs. Nene ain't got no titty. Nene got a stomach on some shriveled up prune shit. Got a stomach on some shriveled up prune shit. Got a tummy on some shriveled up prune shit. Nene got like 5 kids. Yeah. All right. Boy, build and destroy. What's going on, Boy? Boy, build and destroy is all up in high. She's back. And she says, Charlie, okay. T. Carey Wright says, I have the body to strip in the back of a half abandoned bar in West Philly, shaking my head. I can't see myself. Wait a minute. She said, I have the body to strip in the back of a half abandoned bar in West Philly. Why got to be West Philly? I can't see myself. Okay, I'm done. yo, y'all wilding. Y'all wilding. But yeah, I mean, bottom line is to consider something like that, there has to be, well, there's just two ways to look at it. Some people may look at it like that's evidence of high self-esteem, and other people may look at it like I look at it like that's evidence of very low self-esteem. I mean, but we do what we have to do out here. It is what it is. But bottom line is, what should I say? Staying along the topic of discussion. How can you take years to build up your sense of self, your sense of self-esteem, your sense of self-worth, your sense of self-love, your sense of self-respect? How can someone take that away from you in one fell swoop? How can somebody cheat on you and your self-esteem just hit rock bottom? Well, how far was it? Like, because I imagine that some people's self-esteem is all the way in out of this stratosphere. High. And some people may have a self-esteem that's only a little high. A little high. So rock bottom for them it's not a high fall. May not even get hurt that bad. So Boy Wilkins says some women may be exhibitionists. All I'm saying is that it's not indicative of high self-esteem. I mean, look at these BBWs out here. I mean, come on now. They'll tell you all day, I love myself, thick as in. We doing for the big girls. Men love big women. BBW all day. And they taking selfies all day, and they shaking their ass all day. They got their titties out all day, and they are selling themselves better than Donald Trump or Kanye West. They are selling this product, and I'm looking at them like, yeah. At almost 400 pounds, you running around here talking about I got high self-esteem. Okay. Like I say, you selling it a lot like those strippers. You selling it. But I know that carrying around all that weight ain't fun. So they can say whatever they want to say. I know that carrying around that weight is hard. It's hard to find clothes that fit. And it's hard to find clothes that stay fitting. And it's hard when people are looking at you in a certain type of way, even if you are pretty, and even if you have men fawning all over you and all of that. You are just a sex object to them. You know that. But you riding this wave of false self-esteem. It's not real. Just because somebody yells to the rooftops that something is what it is, doesn't mean that is what it is. But carrying around all that weight, it leads to all kinds of conditions, pains, aches, illnesses, inability to do things. That's why they always talking about what they can do. Yeah, you know what I mean? When you get you got to get yourself a big girl that's flexible. Thanks for bringing my attention to the fact that I should know that instead of assuming that, because naturally I wouldn't have assumed that, because your body shape does not warrant that. Shoot, women who ain't big have a hard time keeping their legs in the air for an extended period of time. You ain't gonna tell me that those big ass tree trunks, magically stay up for an hour. It ain't easy. Shit, if you could do it like that, you wouldn't be a big joint. You don't see big dudes. And notice you don't see big dudes. You don't see big fat dudes talking about what they can do or how great they are. There's a reason for that shit. They know ain't nobody buying that. Like, and it's not that women don't like big men. It's not that at all. It's not that. I heard a lot. I saw a meme about it the other day. It said big men cuddle more and share more. I said, no, cuddle better and share more. That's what it said. Big men cuddle better and share more. So I'm like, so you just said that these niggas give more money. They pay like they weigh. But, like when he hold me, it feels so gushy. It's like a big, fluffy, fleshy blanket. But I never hear men, fat men talk about how good they are, how great they are, or try to compare themselves in a favorable way to men who are slimmer than them. You never hear them do it because they know ain't nobody buying that shit. You're unhealthy, my dude. You're unhealthy. You know it, and I know it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to diss, but when we talking about self-esteem, like, I'm not buying the bullshit. We're not doing that. Not buying the bullshit. We all have things about ourselves that we can improve. But if we claim to have already grabbed the crown, then how are we going to learn anything about going forward and improving ourselves? Like, no, I already got it. I'm good. I don't need nothing more than this. I'm like, okay. Let's see the results of your last physical. We'll see who's really winning. At almost 230 pounds, which is the heaviest that I've ever been, my doctor trying to, hit me off with the high blood pressure medicine. I'm like, no, I can get back to what I was, and I will. It took a while for me to lose it. It's going to take a while for me to get it back, but I'm on that journey. You're not stringing me out on the pills. That's at 230 pounds. Imagine what she would be saying if I was 275. 5'10, 275. I would probably have bigger fish to fry than high blood pressure. And my shit ain't even through the roof. So I don't know. But one thing is for sure, I'm not, that didn't chip away at my self-esteem. It's like, no, I have work to do. And self-esteem and self-respect is not about thinking that you the shit. It's about being able to overcome adversity. It's about being able to concentrate on the greater parts of yourself. It's about being able to focus on your positive traits and be able to make something out of very little, or even build something from nothing. It's about being able to maintain an attitude and a feeling and an air of yourself that is favorable to and conducive to your success. That's what self-esteem is about. It's about being able to say, you know what? I have gifts. I have talents. I have abilities. And I'm going to work with them. I'm going to hone my craft, perfect my skills. I'm going to improve on some things. And I'm not going to get hung up on this shit or that shit or their shit or even my own mucky shit. Nah. That's what self-esteem is. It's not about your declaration to other people about who you think you are or what you think you are. So it takes a long time for it takes a long time for many people to get to that point. So having to go through the trials and the tribulations of getting to that point where you have high self-esteem or high feelings of high self-worth or high self-respect. How is it that somebody externally ruins what's going on inside yourself? Y'all know that building the inside of yourself takes way more time and resolve and patience and tenacity than building the outside of yourself. Motherfuckers getting surgery every day, chipping away at the or working on fixing the outside of themselves. And that's because the inside of themselves needs work like fuck. The inside of themselves is fucked up. So they said, well, look, I can't fix the inside. The inside is, man, it's dark and it's cold and it's scary. And it's unproductive. So I'll fix the outside. So everybody outside can make me feel good on the inside because I don't have what it takes to have my insides project to the outside and make everybody love me or respect me or accept me because of the inside. I don't have it. So I'll give myself a veneer. Y'all know what a veneer is? It's a layer that covers something. It's false. It's artificial. So I'm going to go get some artificial self-esteem, whether I do it with some fake titties or breast reduction or fake ass or tummy tuck or some weight loss surgery or whatever I got to do. Everything that I need is going to have to come from the store or somewhere out there because I don't have it in here. It ain't coming from in here. But if you have low self-esteem, you ain't going to be you're not always able to identify other people who don't have self-esteem. Y'all link up, build a club like Monique did. Like Monique did with that bullshit. Telling big girls to keep eating, telling them not to lose weight, telling them to just accept themselves the way that they are. Keep eating. Skinny bitches are evil. Keep eating. Skinny bitches are evil. And then her low self-esteem having ass went and got into this weight loss surgery and left all of y'all fat asses alone. Left y'all to fend for yourselves. Like what? Didn't even have the balls. Didn't even have the balls to declare to y'all, well, look, man, I'm gonna go do this thing. Just left y'all. Showed up thinner. Out of nowhere. Disappeared and showed up thinner. Like all the books she wrote, all the seminars that she attended, all of the gatherings that she organized, the whole movement that she built. She said, oh, she ain't said nothing about fat nothing since about 2009, 2000 and some shit like 2009. Y'all ain't noticed that shit? But her bum ass, her no good, disloyal bum ass, her no good, disloyal, opportunistic bum ass wanted you to come to her rescue because Netflix wasn't paying her enough money. I said, fuck you. Fuck you. That's what I said. Body coming to your rescue. I don't respect that shit. That shit wasn't right. You know what I mean? That wasn't right. You built that BBW bullshit. You the one that had them chicks running around here with all that false confidence and shit. You know what I mean? Practicing an unhealthy lifestyle that's going to take them the fuck out of here at a young age and have them suffering along the way, playing like it's okay, acting like it's okay because because these dudes with fat fetishes are artificially inseminating fake confidence, false confidence into these chicks. Come on, man. Nah, son. No. That's not okay. It's not okay with me. Maybe some strip club. Carol Chamberlain says, maybe some strip because of the desperation to make it. I'm just saying, yeah, desperation to make it, yeah. Like it's not like the Lifetime Movie Network Jones, man. You know, she stripped in order to pay her way through college. Have you talked to any strippers? I've talked to a good many of them. And when you realize, and when you talk to them, when you get to talking to them, you see a whole, you get a whole history of lack of education, a whole lot of that. Abuse, physical and emotional, a whole lot of that. And yeah, desperation. Got kids. Why you think they keep it a secret to their family? They don't be wanting their peoples to know what they doing for a living. They know that shit is foul. So they go out and strip at night, but they have somebody watch their kids at night while they go out and get this money. But I bet you one thing, they don't tell their children, like, yo, you should go ahead and try this. This is good money. You ain't going to strip and encourage your daughter to do that shit. And I don't think you need much more. I don't think you need much more evidence that that's not self-esteem. When you wouldn't want your child to do what you do for a living. T. Carey Wright says, your sense of self can be compromised as you struggle to accept that people that we love and have faith don't care about us as much as we had hoped. Well, if you had high self-esteem, why would you associate with people like that? I mean, they may be your family members, but you can limit your contact with family members. You can separate the wheat from the chaff. You can deal with the more positive, reinforcing, positively reinforcing family members instead of these slime balls over here. You do it with your friends. You do it with your coworkers. You do it with your club members. Why can't you do it with your family? Mm-hmm. Savoy Wilkins says, it took me 2 years to learn me, accept me, and truly love me. Here I am. It may have taken you 2 years, but is it over? Because, self-esteem, self-respect, self-love, that's a lifetime journey. So it may have taken 2 years. Maybe it took 2 years to turn it around or get on the right track or to come to a discovery. But it sounds like a life journey to me. So boy says, damn, baby, hate much? I ain't about no hate. It's not about no hate. Look, man, sometimes the truth hurts and sometimes the truth helps. And sometimes it helps while it's hurting. And sometimes it hurts while it's helping. And I'm not saying that what the way that I'm putting it or the information that I'm giving is the only way that it is. Because evidently the way that I see it is not the only way there is to look at it. But no, you won't see me out here glorifying no motherfucking strippers. You crazy? Male or female. There are a lot of ways that people get money that I don't respect. But people who respect them, I mean, they respect them for what it is. Donald Trump maybe was or is a billionaire. Do I respect him? No. I can respect the fact that you do what you have to do in order to survive. So I may respect the fact that that you are a survivor. I can respect that. Does that mean that I respect your survival technique? Does that mean that you respect mine? Do we have to respect each other for our techniques? Am I okay with that? Charlie said, that's a void. He could tear a motherfucker down to the ground. Some of y'all strippers or something? Y'all strippers? If you are a stripper, you ain't gonna tell me that you stripping because you just like to take off your clothes. Because that's not just what they have to do. They are prostitutes. The real money comes after the show. Niggas ain't just throwing money to the. I'm not guessing at this. I knew niggas who was addicted to the strip culture. The strip culture. Everything is a culture. I knew niggas that was addicted to the strip culture. They was going there every night, but they was tricking. They was going there to get head or fuck after. So they was saving their money for when the chicks was dancing. They was saving $850 for later on. Like you stripped, your session, your set was a half an hour. But you give me some head, I'm gonna pop off in maybe 5-10 minutes. That's what they saying. Or if you let me hit, I ain't gonna be able to go very long with you. You know what I mean? You make $150, maybe even $200 for 5 to 10 minutes of work. Take care, right? So that was an old comment answering your question about how self-esteem can be shaken. Yeah, well, Oh, Savoy said I was talking. Yeah, fuck Monique. Yeah, fuck Monique. Yeah, I don't no. Nah. I don't see how people look the other way with by what she did. And most people probably look the other way because they didn't really clock what she did. They didn't pay attention. I did. I paid attention. Like, yo, there was a comedian friend of mine who I used to call the male Monique. He was a fat boy, and he was always talking about skinny niggas and skinny people and all that. I was like, so you just gonna take Monique shit? Because that's what he was doing. He took her shit from the male perspective. He made it work. But while he was doing it, I was thinking, like, speaking of Monique, fuck she been? And it just so happened that was around the year when she had her talk show. And I saw the talk show. I think it was on BET or whatever. And I said, she was all thin, not thin, but she was noticeably thinner than she was. And I said, I'll be goddamn. Look at this here. And she wasn't saying nothing about being big. She wasn't talking nothing about. I watched the shows to see if she was gonna say anything about that shit. She said not a word. I said okay. Okay. Look at what she did. She's no better than one of them pimps in the pulpit preachers, one of them pimps in the pulpit pastors that's having sex with all the women in the congregation up there talking all this shit about God and conduct and the way we supposed to conduct ourselves and all that kind of shit. No better than a Catholic priest that's out here molesting young children and all that kind of. No better. You a sellout. And I don't respect no sellouts. You can't build a movement and then quietly dip out of that shit. While you take all the money, all the accolades and all of that shit. You left the motherfuckers to fend for themselves. Nah. But you made money off of them books. Skinny women are evil. Hold on. Let's get to that. Let's get to that. Let's see the books that she wrote. Books written by the comedian Monique.
The books by Monique Imes Jackson include Beacon Hills High.
She wrote more books than that. What is this bullshit? You know what I mean? Wait, what? I didn't even know about that book. What is this book? Oh, and this was written in 2008. Wait a minute. Monique books. Oh. Here are some more titles. Interesting. Skinny cooks can't be trusted. Released October 31st, 2006. Skinny cooks can't be trusted. What is this shit? Powers of Love by Soulja Chalk and Monique. I don't know. Oh, this is a different Monique. I don't know. Oh, Skinny Women Are Evil. Note of a Big Girl in a Small-Minded World. Skinny Women Are Evil. Note of a Big Girl in a Small-Minded World. Well, and Beacon Hills High, a novel. I don't know. Oh, by Monique and Sherry McCovey. So you know what that means? Monique didn't write the shit. She just, is the brand. So, name recognition will help sell the book. But these are her real books. Skinny Women Are Evil, Note of a Big Girl in a Small-Minded World, and Skinny Cooks Can't Be Trusted. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's the Monique I know. Full of shit. She is. So no, I'm not letting her off the hook for that. gave all of this false self-esteem, and then you just bail out on them. Bailed out. Charlene Curry says, get what they couldn't get at home. Savoy says, no, they are not. No, they are not. Every stripper are not prostitutes. So stop you for what the hell? I know they're not all prostitutes, but the industry breeds that. It's the sex industry. So a vast majority of them are prostitutes. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And an extremely high a majority of them drink or get high before they go out and do that shit. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And how many strip clubs have you been to, boy? All right. Once Monique won that Oscar, I think she got a big hit, but didn't do anything much after. Listen, man, you know, like, look. When it comes to Monique, yeah, I'm hard on her because, you know, when you're dealing with fragile people, since we're talking about self-esteem, when you're talking about people with fragile hearts, fragile self-esteem, you know, on the edge of really feeling down on themselves and living a life of despair and uncertainty to the point where they don't know where to go, what to do, or how to feel better about themselves. That concerns me. So when I see somebody playing around with people like that for profit, I can't condone that, and I can't excuse that. Not at all. That's just not right, baby. That ain't right. And so I'm not going to excuse that. I know how I would feel if that was done to me. Like, you catch me while I'm broken, not just broke financially, but broken when I'm hurting and I really need you know, some uplifting and all of that. It's no different than how people do it with religion. No different. No different at all. And then some opportunistic person comes along and they see all of the chinks in your armor, all of your weaknesses and all of that shit. And they just say, all right, I got it. They build up their brand and then be out. You know, like being put out of the nest. You just got kicked out of the nest. You go ahead and fly on your own. You're still weak, though. You're still weak. So, yeah, I'm hard on her, but I could be much, much harder. She deserves even more, harsh treatment. She really does. That shit is unexcusable. Stacy White says, my inner fat girl. It is what it is. We about to get up out of here. But I don't know. I feel like if your self-esteem is built on a really strong foundation, I think it'd be hard if you've worked on yourself for years. I think it'd be hard for somebody to just tell you one thing or do one thing to you and just ruin the whole thing, unless you've been nursing that little one thing. It's like it's like having a secret that you don't want to come out, and that's your kryptonite. That secret is your kryptonite. So it's like, if anybody finds out this thing about me, then everything that I've built is gone. It's ruined. It's finished. It's through. I can't fight this. Well, if you're carrying around that baggage, that kryptonite, that one thing, that one secret, that one problem, is going to come back and whoop that ass. Because the very thing that normally the very thing that you're trying to hide is the thing that's showing. Like here you are with a colostomy bag. It's right there. And you like this. Like, why are you nursing your side like that? No, this is just the way I sit. This is just the way you sit. Yeah, I just sit like this. All right, let me shake your hand. Okay. Oh no, I don't shake people's left hand. I shake your right hand. All right. So if you're going through life being afraid that somebody is going to reveal this one thing about you, or these things about you that you have been trying so hard to extinguish, to dumb down, to make disappear, to forget about, to make everyone else forget about, that thing that you're trying to dumb down is going to be the thing that causes your downfall. That's going to be the thing that people notice. That's going to be the thing that people blackmail you for. That's going to be the thing that people extort you for. And that's going to be the thing that's going to be that's going to negate your self-esteem. It's going to nullify that. It's going to nullify that self-esteem. It ain't real yet. Not saying that it can't get there, because it can absolutely get there, I believe, but it's not there yet. It's not there yet. It's not there yet. To all my positive, to all my super positive people out there. To all my super crazy positive people out there. You know, the half full people. To my half full people. Like, it's not half empty, it's half
90
full.
seconds.
It's half full. Well, try that shit with a flat tire. It's not flat, it's half full. Try that shit with a flat tire. It ain't flat, it's half full. It's half full. Flat tires ain't half full, baby. Half full ain't gonna cut it. Fill that bitch up and get on your way. Fill it up and get on your way. Anybody who has had to make it to a gas station or to a tire shop with a flat tire knows that you cannot have a flat tire and go unnoticed. People be rolling up on the side of you like, yo, like you don't know. Here you are riding 5 miles an hour with your blinkers on. They still rolling up on the side of you like, yo. Or you try not to, you try not to, notice or whatever. Or you try not to draw too much attention to it. So you didn't put on your blinkers and you didn't go too slow. They like, yo, you gotta
10 seconds.
Roll your windows down. You got a flat tire. You got a flat tire. It's half full though, right? In a minute, you're going to be riding on a rim. Yo. Y'all mad? Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Anyway, it's over now. Everything is all right. Everything is all right. We can move forward. We'll have everything. We'll be together. We'll be together. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious March 14th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special, because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They are SPECIAL. They are number one out the box. My big brother, my brother-in-law, my number one brother-in-law. I've known this man since him and my sister were high school sweethearts. This is the greatest love story that has ever been told to me. they were boyfriend and girlfriend all the way back in high school. They graduated. He went into the army. She went to college. They broke up. Couldn't get it together. They were too young. Even though he wanted to get married right out of high school, all that kind of shit. Come back, whatever. He loved her, adored her, and all of that. They couldn't exactly get it together. They both married independently, had children independently with their spouses and shit. Got back together after the divorces to both of their spouses, and those high school sweethearts took like about 20 to 25 years off only to get back together, and they are what I would describe as one of the happiest married couples I've ever seen. I don't know about everybody else, but they are a good example of what a happy marriage looks like. It's amazing to me. I've never heard of anything as such, especially in my family. So happy birthday to my brother Robert Hatcher, turning 59 years old today. Amazing. Do the damn thing, bro. I hope that the day finds you in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. You rock on it. Do the damn, do the damn thing. And also Melissa Otto, turning 36 years old today. And Chinky Brown, turning 34 years old today. And Deborah Grandy, turning 43 years old today. And Minaj Ahanyord, turning 28 years old today. And Florian Reyes Morenita, turning 29 years old today. And Honey Champagne, go get her. Honey Champagne, turning 34 years old today. And Tanika Sheree, happy birthday to you. And go get her, last but not least, my girl Michelle Tools. Happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of you. And anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious March 14th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing, and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, self-esteem, self-respect, self-love, self-worth. If you ain't got it, hopefully you're on your way to getting it, and when you get it, hopefully you keep it forever. It'll take a while to get it, and you'll know that it's real when it gets there. It would be hard for somebody to strip you of it. It's just self-esteem is just like knowledge. One thing that nobody can ever do is take away what you know. Make your self-esteem like your knowledge. Make it so nobody can take that away from you, because your knowledge is real. It's actual. Make your self-esteem the same way. If your knowledge was false, then it's false. It ain't real. You can't build on that. So that can be taken away. But when it's real, it's going to be all right. And everything is going to be all right. Yes, it will. That's what's been missing. I stopped playing the music at the end, so I didn't get to say everything is going to be all right, and everything is going to be all right. Do your thing, and everything is going to be all right, and everything is going to be all right. Your self-esteem high, and everything is going to be all right, and everything is going to be all right. Love yourself too, and everything is going to be all right. Your self-esteem is how you do it to the end of the night, And with that being said, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. Love you all to death. Resuscitate you and love you back to life. The Legacy of a Nation show will be on this evening at 6:00, and I will be returning to the Legacy of a Nation show tonight at 6:00. So me and my dad, brother Mac, will be rocking out. I can't remember the topic, but it's going to be hot. because I'm actually looking forward to it. So 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tonight on on the Legacy of a Nation show. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news, and I holler back. Love is love, y'all. I said a love is love, y'all. Don't you know a love is love, y'all? And that's my word. A love is love, y'all.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Peace, y'all.